Welcome back to another episode of Gossip Break, the cherry on top of your day. I'm one of your hosts, Becky,
And I'm your other host, Bree.
and we've got the gamut of pop culture this week. We have film, TV, reality TV, award season drama, music drama.
Happy Friday, girls. It'll be a good one.
No, it is. Y'all know the drill. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Threads at Gossip Break Pod. You'll find us. And of course, make sure you're following us anywhere you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcasts, iHeartMedia app, Spotify, all the things. Download the episode, share it with your best yapper, and leave us a 5-star review.
Okay, cute. Quick. Getting right into it.
I know. I was like, I don't have anything else to say. So let's
Well,
get into it.
speaking of our personal recap, that could be our first story.
Yeah.
Your girl saw Wuthering Heights this week, finally. We know we're like 3 weeks late, but I figured we would chat about it because it made such a stir in the pop culture world.
Yes, it did. It was very controversial for some reason.
Yeah, so our thoughts. This was our book club book this month. So it was cute to see the differences. I don't know if I should say cute, but it was interesting to see the differences
Hmm.
between the book and the movie. As you guys know, I'm sure you saw there was like so much controversy with the movie and people were saying it was horrible and there was all these freaking articles written about it, The Guardian, TikTok videos, like everybody talking shit about
Yeah.
this movie. I'm thinking like so I feel like with that in mind, I was going into it with such low expectations.
Hmm.
And also, I was like, I know I'm just going to completely treat this as something different than the books because
Yeah.
even, the movie title is Wuthering Heights in quotation. So it's like Emerald Fennell's adaptation, her version of it. So I was expecting it'd be different than the book. I was expecting it to be really bad. And I feel like because of that, I had a fucking great time.
No, literally, I thought the worst of this movie, honestly. Like my expectations were beyond low. I heard it was awful and Margot, like the casting wasn't there and whatever. And then I watched it and I was like, I felt moved. I was moved by their love, quote unquote, story. I honestly enjoyed myself. I got home and my Aura ring was like, did you just snap for
Me
40
too.
minutes? Because I guess I was just so
We were
still,
so zoned in.
yeah, and relaxed that I thought I was dreaming, and I was like, I think that's a good sign because that's never happened to me before where I'm like wide awake. So, you know what? I was
It put us in a
like,
restorative flow state.
yeah, like the the cinematography was beautiful, the atmosphere was beautiful, the costuming was beautiful. I mean, Margot Robbie's beautiful, Jacob Elordi is beautiful. So it's not like that hard to watch. Did I think some scenes were overkill as far as like the sex of it all? Of course. I was like, okay, like we get it. She's horny. Like,
Yeah.
okay. But other than that, I was like, okay, it's not that bad as someone who did not read the book. So I'm like, I mean, it's not the
No,
best movie
literally
I've
joined book club this month.
didn't
Didn't
read the
read the
book.
book.
But
But
to,
no, you starting off your first month, be like, we're reading Wuthering Heights. Like, that would
yeah,
be insane if I was you.
yeah, I need to like warm up a little bit. I haven't read a full book in over a year. And like I do enjoy reading. I know how to read. I'm a strong reader.
I do know how to read.
Yeah, like I can read. I find it fun. I see the allure of like book clubs and stuff. But like to start with such a dense classic,
It was tough for me to get into as well.
yeah, and you read a book like every 2 weeks. So there I had no chance.
No, but you came to the meeting, which is the most fun. The movie setting, our
Yes, the
field trip.
yes, our field trip. So next month when it's like a cute, soft, easy, breezy read, like I can finish in a weekend, I'm down for that. I just gotta warm up because I do want to read more classics. It's just I need to start from somewhere. I really
Yeah,
want to read
totally.
Bridgerton, which I feel like is closely related.
I've read the first one. It's honestly not as dense or complex as you think it would be. It's a pretty
Okay.
easy read, like way easier than Wuthering Heights.
Yeah,
Um,
I figured.
But
I
yeah,
just,
back to the movie.
yeah, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like you said, the cinematography was beautiful, and the casting was definitely what people I feel like had the most criticisms about,
Mhm.
which I totally understand with, him being an ambiguous race or should be like dark skinned, and then they cast Jacob Elordi and they're supposed to be teenagers, and they cast Margot Robbie who's like 30 plus, whatever. Honestly, once we were watching the film, I was like totally taken out of that. I think they
Yeah.
both very much embodied the characters, especially from reading. Like when I was reading it, the way that Margot carried Catherine was exactly how I envisioned her. Just so like she's such a brat, but like you
Yeah.
kind of can't help but love her in a weird way. And then I don't know, yeah, I was moved by the love story of it all. We were also probably like the two most unserious people in that theater, just
Um,
giggling at everything. Like
like my side comments because I was just like, ooh, like it was just such an I couldn't I also didn't take the movie that seriously. I just was like, this is not a serious movie. I
no,
like
the part that cracked me up was Isabella when she finally got
yes.
Heathcliff's attention and she's like moving her little dress down to show her shoulder off, and you go like, right, right, right.
Yeah. Like good for her.
No, literally good for her.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. Like he looked insane in that movie. Like I'm getting chills thinking about it. He was sickening. Like I would be sick if I was Edgar, Kathy, Isabella. Like they were sick, rightfully so, because he looked good as so I was just like, you know what? I'm just watching a beautiful story
Yeah.
about beautiful people, and that's good enough for me in this day and age.
And in the book, when I first heard or was like, oh, okay, we're gonna read these books, I had just always assumed that the POV would be of Catherine, like Margot Robbie, the main
Mm-hmm.
character, because that's just the way I think romances are. It's always a female point of view. And for
Mm-hmm.
it to be not only not hers, not Heathcliff's, but Nellie, who was like, and I mean, in the book, I think she's like their servant, but in the movie, I don't know, she's like the ward, whatever. It's like a third person point of view, and it's just her describing them, like, and explaining what happened. So, because of that, I feel like it does make sense that it's an adaptation because there was so much interpretation that we can get based off outside of what Nellie saw. Because, like the book, it's
Mm-hmm.
just what Nellie saw. But obviously, we're not seeing them fucking the
Mm-hmm.
Moors. Like,
Yeah.
Nellie doesn't know that. So, I see how she has like so much room to make it into the director, I'm saying, has so much room to make it into this version of what she thinks was happening. So yeah, I didn't mind it. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that there was not as much nudity. Like, not to sound like a horny rat, but
Yeah, we didn't see a nipple. I don't even think we saw his nipple. Like
no,
they
nothing
like they're fully clothed, like doing the thing everywhere. So
everywhere.
I'm like, okay, like I get it, but if you're gonna do all that,
If
like
they want to make it such a raunchy adaptation, like they were really making it so sexual, like overly freaked out.
yeah, yeah, I think so too. Like I cannot get the image of the snail and out of my head and that the sound of the lady kneading the bread. I was like, I just didn't need that. You really could have just showed me the nipple and like
Or the
I
beginning, like the moaning, and then it's a guy being hung, and they're
yes.
all like making out and grinding on each other while this man's dying. It's like, wait, what kind of Game of Thrones dark medieval romance is this? I
Yeah.
mean, there was definitely weird elements, but I think because I knew the director was also the same as Saltburn, and that movie was overly freaked out, weird as fuck. Like I knew that she was
Yeah.
gonna do some weird shit, so I wasn't like surprised by it. But I can tell, like people, like my mom, when she went to see it, she was like, "If I didn't go with my friend, I would have walked out." Because like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, yeah, my mom thought it was awful. She was like, it's like the worst movie I've ever seen. And I'm like, well,
And
yeah,
here we are
there's
raving.
yeah, like of course you think that. You're used to like the 1998 adaptation of Wuthering Heights where like the romance really is there, but this wasn't like I don't even want to call it a love story. It was like a
This was
sex
like
story.
Tumblr.
Yes, it was the
Like you had to
Tumblr.
grow up in the Tumblr generation to get it.
Yeah, to enjoy it. And you just like my mom isn't the target audience, just like I'm not necessarily the target audience for like the silent version of Wuthering Heights. That's just not like my
Yeah.
idea of a good movie, you know? So, or like a movie I appreciate. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. If anybody is wondering if they should read the books, I do still recommend reading the books because all of the movies, it seems like only adapt the first part of the books, whereas the second part is the second generation. And not to spoil too much, but I'll just say it really ties the story all together. Like it is definitely more of than a love story. It's more about like family cycles and abuse and breaking that and then the love that is found within it, and I feel like the second part really ties it all together in a perfect bow, but then like the first part is where the romance is with Kathy
Yeah.
and Heathcliff, so I get why they only adapt that part. But yeah, if you were thinking about reading the book, I would still recommend because there's still lots more to be read and found out about.
Yeah, I would see. I like wouldn't mind watching it again. Like it wasn't like it was beautiful. It was a beautiful film. I liked I enjoy no like
No
no real
notes.
notes.
Do you think the movie would have been as famous with no names? I do feel like it now that
No,
I'm
not at
thinking
all.
about
That's
it.
the thing. I think it was
Yeah.
like a money, not a it was a money grab. I think it was just like we're all rich and beautiful. Like let's make this version of this movie. Because like
Yeah.
Emerald Fennel was Midge in Barbie.
Oh my
So
God, I
like
didn't realize that. Oh, they're all connected. Because
yeah,
then, like,
they're all connected.
Jacob
Like
Elordi starred in Saltburn.
yeah.
And so did the guy who was Jacob in Wuthering Heights, was also in Saltburn.
Yeah. So this is just a group of artsy friends that were
Yeah.
like, let's make a movie for fun. And like this is what we get. So it's like, okay, that I think that's fair. But if it's someone that like really wants to tell a story, I think that's where the no names or the
Yeah.
surprise actors come from. Because it's like it's no surprise that Margot Robbie is the leading lady. It's no surprise that Jacob Elordi. Like honestly, shout out to Euphoria for giving us Jacob Elordi. Like you can make up for
The
your sin
kissing
of
booth.
yeah, yeah.
Honestly, thinking back to him in the kissing booth and him dating, what's her name? Joey King,
Joey King.
is like, I don't even believe that's him.
I
That is
know.
a totally different man. That's
I know.
crazy. And then apparently Tom Holland and Zendaya getting married like a few weekends ago or last weekend or whatever, and thinking about her dating Jacob Elordi too, like that's Tom had to be on his best behavior after that. He was
No.
like, "Oh, wait a minute, I almost lost her to the 6'5" Australian." Like,
No, literally like I gotta get my girl back.
no,
Like
gotta get this girl back.
good for them. Yeah. So I love that like for example, what's this new movie that Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are gonna be in?
Oh yeah, the drama. We should go
The
see that.
drama, we should go see that because I think even though it is huge name actors and it is probably a bunch of like young Hollywood elder Gen Z millennials making like a really aesthetic, crazy movie, I feel like it is like the plot is gonna plot, you
I kind
know?
of like those A24 films. Like if I'm
Me
in the mood
too.
for it, I could really lock in. The first one I ever saw was Uncut Gems, and I didn't even know what A24 was at the time. We were just watching it, and I was like, why is this movie making me feel differently than other movies do? It was just something about it. And then also Julia Fox in that movie,
Oh my gosh.
crazy, crazy.
Yeah, that was our introduction.
What a
A24
queen.
is that girl. Like, I'm sorry, between yeah, Uncut Gems, um, what's the movie I'm thinking of? Moonlight.
Oh my God,
Uh
wait. This is a perfect segue to Mr. Chalamet in
oh
Marty
yeah, it is.
Supreme,
Like speaking
A24.
yeah, speaking of Mr. A24 is in deep trouble right now.
Oh, I can't wait to yap about this one. Chalamet versus Ballet.
Chalamet versus Ballet. When I came up with that, I was like, yeah, this
Yeah, you
that's it.
ate that one.
I did ate that one
Title.
thing. And that's why it's so even more like ironic from all people from him to say the comments that he did. It's like you are literally the epitome of opera ballet boy.
Exactly.
So
Do you
let
want to read
me
some of the article?
yeah, let me give some context for those of you
We're not
who
chronically online.
yeah, don't have a 9 hour daily screen time. Backlash mounts after Chalamet snipes at opera and ballet. The star of Marty Supreme has attracted considerable backlash for his remarks during a CNN Variety video conversation with Matthew McConaughey, which was recorded on February 24th. I don't want to be working this is his quote, Timothy's quote. I don't want to be working in ballet or opera. Chalamet told his Interstellar co-star. Things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though nobody cares about this anymore. The actor appeared to swiftly realize his misstep, adding, all respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership. Damn, I just took shots for no reason.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. And 14 cents is shady. That's rude as fuck.
But then I was looking down and it says that Chalamet's concerns over working in a populist art form appear long-standing. Appearing on the Graham Norton show in 2019, he said he was kind of getting scared when I was younger that maybe cinema was becoming like opera or something, like an outdated art form. And he said later that year, he reiterated the anxiety, saying, you start working on movies and you start acting, and I start to get the sense that opera or ballet or something is kind of a dying art form. So this man has brought this up three separate times about specifically ballet and opera. And then what I think is the most intriguing is at the end, it says that his mom and his grandma were both ballet, like ballerinas in the New York City Ballet. Like he's grown up around the New York City Ballet and they're dancers. So, what the fuck?
No, it is like, and I also feel like these comments, like, okay, there are two truths in this. Is ballet and opera as popular in mainstream culture as film and TV? Obviously not. But at the same time, those art forms have lasted, like Doja Cat said, and then later retracted for some odd reason, that these art forms have been around for literally hundreds of years. People dress up and make tradition of going to the Nutcracker, the Phantom of the Opera. I would even include like theater in this group of ballet opera, just traditional art forms, performance arts. So,
Live.
yeah, live at that. So for him to have spent the last couple of years trying to convince us that he wants to be the GOAT of performance arts, and I'm gonna go on this crazy press tour for frankly a movie like not a lot of people ended up talking about. No shade. No one's talking about Marty Supreme anymore, and it came out like 3 months ago. I don't know. I actually don't know anybody that saw it.
Me neither.
Yeah. So you go on this whole press tour and you're trying to convince us for the last few years, you're in an Oscar buzzing movie every year, trying to be like, I'm that guy. Like, I want to be the actor, an artist. And then you go and disparage the most traditional art form that you came from. It's kind of like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But I also don't think like the pylon, the way that people are responding to this, they're actually acting like he said, don't bother. You should see Marty Supreme instead. So it
Yeah.
makes me feel like it's kind of like an inside job. Like I feel like Hollywood kind of already hated him and they were like,
No, the
oh,
weekend before the Oscars, they were like,
yes,
burn him
yes.
down.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, perfect. We got him on something. Like he messed up. Like let's take him down." Because that's what it feels like right now.
Especially when you find out that he said this multiple times. Like, this is not new to him. So they could have clipped any of these other times. And also, this came out February 24th. We are well into March at this point. So
Yeah.
it didn't become a big deal until somebody posted a TikTok and decided to make it a big deal, and then everybody piled on. So yeah, I mean, what he said wasn't insensitive, definitely. Just kind of just the way he said it, was a little bit rude. But at the same time, people are definitely taking it a little bit too seriously. And
Yeah.
on top of that, it's just, I don't know, like it's like enough, enough.
Yeah, at the same time, like I feel both sides. Like I'm pretty sure if I was like a ballerina or an opera singer or no shade, even an opera goer, I would feel some type of way about this. But then it's also like you want to be in these circles where you're like getting Oscars and stuff. Who do you think like it's literally called the Academy Awards. It doesn't get any more conservative and traditional and high art than that, and you just probably offended someone who like grew up in ballet and opera like you did and you
Mhm.
want something from them. I have a conspiracy that like it's a scheme that Todd set up for sure because there's just no reason that like nobody actually cares that he said this that much. I just think it's like I think it's more insulting because it came from him. If it came from someone that like nobody
Exactly.
respected as like an actor or like wasn't literally named Timothée Chalamet,
Yeah.
then like nobody would care. Like
It's
nobody would
because
care
he's
this
such
much.
an arty theater kind of kid that you're right. It's even more, people are mad about it because of who it's from, because this would be the least
Yeah.
person they expected this from, especially from the
Right.
films that he's come from, the type of films that he likes to work in, his background in theater. Yeah, it's definitely surprising. And honestly, like the gut feeling I got when I was reading this and I saw that he had brought it up more than once is that he is at the end of the day just a little boy who wants to be cool so bad.
Yes.
He's like, I don't think people like guys don't think ballet or opera is cool, and I don't want acting to be uncool like that. Like he's literally turning into that hype beast. Like
Yes.
he wants other guys to think he's cool. And right now acting is like still kind of cool. It was definitely cooler in the early 2000s, 90s and
Yeah.
stuff, like Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, like that was cool. Now
Hmm.
it's kind of like there's just like everybody's a celebrity. So I feel like
Yeah.
he just like wants to be a cool guy and he
Hmm.
doesn't want to be associated with that. It's just an ego thing.
Yeah, it's 100%. And the overkill that's sending me. So this weekend is the Oscars,
Can't
and
wait.
yeah, I cannot wait. Like I'm tuning in. Sinners, like this one's for you. This honestly just I feel like sealed the deal for them. Like
Yeah.
Timothy, you're gonna be shunned at the Oscars. No shade for the next like 3 to 4 years. I hope you're ready. I know Kylie's sick. She was like, damn, I left all these rappers and found me an artsy boy so I can leave the controversy behind. And here I am again. Like I
Here he
just think,
goes.
yeah, like Timothy got too much dip on his chip. But this weekend now they're having Missy Copeland, who was like the first black leading ballerina for the New York City Ballet, I believe. She's gonna be performing live to Sinners soundtrack at the
Oh my
Oscars.
God. No,
Like,
that's literally a dig right at him.
yeah, they said, "Oh, okay, like let's turn it up a notch." That's why I feel like, oh, they are sending
Is that
Timothy.
new that she's doing
Yes, like
that?
that is as of this, like as of that comment.
Okay, because I was gonna say she was also one of the people who said something against him. So, and now
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting that she's doing this. Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and I think like the Chicago Ballet is like 25% off tickets using code Chalamet. I said, "Oh, y'all are doing." Honestly, he kind of like made it ballet and opera mainstream
It kind of made
in a
it cool
way.
again. Thanks,
Yeah, I
Timothy.
kind of made it cool again, unfortunately, at his own fault. Like you made it cool again by putting it down, but now you're the one that's down.
Yeah.
So yeah, good luck, Timothy. I don't think you'll be taking home any awards this weekend, but
It is honestly crazy that he hasn't received an Oscar
it
yet,
is.
considering his roles. But it just seems like every year, then you see the other nominees, and it's like, it's not your year. Like, then when
Yeah.
you look back and it's like, damn, he still hasn't won yet.
Yeah. But I'm like, what role would he have won an Oscar for?
I'm
Like,
gonna look. I kind of want to look it up because I feel like I always say that, and then I'm like, yeah, what has he even been in?
we just know him because he's in everything.
Okay, let's see his Oscar nominations. Okay, Call Me by Your Name, A Complete Unknown, and Marty Supreme. Okay, so three.
Yeah, I'm sorry, none of those are gonna take it home for me.
I didn't see Call Me by Your Name.
No shade, I saw none of those movies, by
Yeah,
the
no, literally. So I'm like, I don't even know if I should be yapping right
way.
now. But I feel like if it was any of them, maybe it should have been that one. Because I feel
Call,
like that's
yeah,
what
I
really got
agree.
him famous and like got
Yeah,
him on the radar.
yeah, yeah. I saw
Sorry, it's
him.
MBJ's this year, boo.
Yeah, so sorry, babe. It's just like maybe stop. Like maybe when movies in general are having like a flop year, like that's when Timothy just needs to play a character other than like he needs to play something that's so unlike him so that he gets nominated, I
Like
think.
not something that you would just expect. Like,
Yeah,
okay, a
like
biopic.
yeah, like two of those movies are biopics.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that. Like I want an original plot.
You know,
Do
I've seen some TikTok clips of him in Dune, and I
Oh,
honestly feel
right.
like I kind of want to watch that
Yeah.
because he did like I feel like there was some clips I was like, okay, Timmy, maybe I'll watch this. But I
Yeah.
don't know, like I feel like I still need something a little more. Just something
Yeah.
a little more.
Yeah, I no, I totally agree too because I've really only seen him in Lady Bird, which was really good.
I heard he
Mm.
was good in
I was trying to think of like examples.
literally not Pride and Prejudice, right?
Little Women?
Little Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was Greta Greenwich or
Gerwig. I don't know.
Gerwig. Yeah, I'm like Greenwich. I'm thinking of like Greenwich Village. Yeah, it was a Greta film. So was Lady Bird and so was Barbie. Like, of course it was good, you know?
Yeah.
Like she's
Yeah.
good.
Makes
So
sense.
yeah, Timmy, I don't know, bro. It's not looking good for you this weekend. Sorry about the pylon. Like, I do feel kind of bad, but also I just think you got like you thought you were bigger than the program.
Yeah, it wasn't that serious, but I think he was reaching too close to the sun. People had
Yeah.
to humble him. That's really all
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of why Doja came back on what she said.
She's so annoying for that.
She really is. She said, I took it upon myself yesterday to kind of give it to the man because there is a culture based around outrage and things like that. And people want to feel like they're part of something. It's a need to connect, whether good or bad. And what I was doing yesterday was virtue signaling because I wanted to connect. And I knew that Timothy's goof up was something that I could leverage in order for people to connect with me and fuck with me. So honestly, I do feel like that's very real because at the end of the day, that's like what everybody's doing. It's like, I'm just going to post a TikTok video just so I can get some engagement and people telling me, yeah, you're so right, queen. You
but
know?
like she was right. Like I literally reposted her video because I was like the
Yeah,
way
she
she
was right though.
yeah, like the way she articulated it was like
She says, I don't know anything about opera. I don't know anything about ballet, and I've never been to either shows. So I that she should have never said that because yeah, her
yeah.
first video was so articulate of like this has been around for hundreds of years and like she sounded like she really knew what she was talking about. Like she was an opera goer and a ballet goer. And now for her to come back and be like, I've never been to either,
She's
it's
just
giving
and
weird.
yeah, it's getting weird
She's always so weird.
and it's also just like why even backtrack it the next day and be like, yeah, it's me deleting my repost right now. Um like why even backtrack when you were right?
No.
Like even if that is how you feel and that is how the internet is and that's pretty much what we all do. Okay, like now you're just annoying. You don't get a trope. Like you're not going to be in the next Timothy movie like doing the
That's what she
soundtrack
thinks.
because you took back a statement and you were like
She
really
thinks he's gonna
honest.
shout her out.
Yeah, literally, literally she wants Timmy. So it's just like
That's all it is. She wants Timmy. That's why she's
uh,
coming back on it.
I'm so over it. But yeah, sorry, Timmy.
Okay. Yeah. Next story. Should we talk about Rihanna? Because that was
Ugh,
crazy.
yes.
A Florida woman was charged with attempted murder for shooting into Rihanna's home, and her ASAP Rocky, her kids, her mom, and her, I think, like assistants or nannies or something were there. So, yeah, what the hell? Like, that's really scary.
It's insane. It
Approximately 10 shots.
that's crazy.
So it said it just shot like the gate and they had like an RV or something out front that it hit. So, nobody was hurt or anything. But that's really, really scary. And then the lady who got arrested, Florida woman, like, ugh,
Of course.
no, of course. She's nuts because I saw on Twitter, this is I think her third time being arrested. So she's not new to this. And each mugshot picture, she looks crazy. I'm sorry. She looks absolutely out of her mind. Like, I think she's just not okay in the head, is what this is. Because then some
Yeah.
people screenshotted some of her Facebook posts and she thinks she knows these people. Like, she's in psychosis. She
Yeah.
posted on December 20th, 2025, hashtag send this everywhere in all caps. They are done. And then put a black photo with white text over it that says, I'm sorry, I should have laughed. Says, I just restricted that stupid bitch Kim Kardashian. I'm already through with Rihanna. Your turn hiding, bitch. Stop begging for a look. Like, what? That's
Who
psychosis.
yeah, she's clearly unwell and but it's just like scary. Like Rihanna of all people, she really just plays with her makeup and her babies.
Literally doesn't do anything to warrant this. She also posted February 23rd, so recently. At Bad Gal Riri. Are you there? Question mark. Because I was waiting for your AIDS five-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at. What? And
What?
then posted another picture of Drake, and it looks like he's looking at his phone shocked. And it says, when Drake found out Rihanna has AIDS. Like, what is she? This is psychosis. I would be so scared to be a famous person because,
No,
like,
I
what do
couldn't
you
do
mean? You
it.
don't even know me.
You literally don't know me. You made that up in your head and you acted on it. That's the scarier part. Like you actually tried to kill me because of something you made up in your head.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, attempted murder.
You're
Literally.
done.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, thoughts and prayers to the Fenty fam. She's like literally never gonna talk to us ever again.
I was just thinking, like, you think she's never gonna release music now.
Yeah, she literally never was, but now she's like, even if I want to, like, I'm just not gonna do it because no.
I could see her moving to like Barbados after this and just being like, honestly, fuck this.
Yeah,
Like, I want
no,
a quiet life. I have my millions. I have my babies. I have my man. Like, you guys are not, like, I could have died. For what?
yeah, yeah. Just had a baby like less than 6 months ago. So, whew, crazy, crazy.
Okay, let's talk about this last story. This one is crazy to me personally. Secret Life of Mormon Wives, Mikayla splits from Jace. So let me read this little article. So the season came out, the new season, and I think this is a storyline in this season. So, because then people were saying, I think they're already back together again. Who knows? I hope not. No, literally, eye roll. Um, but it says Mikayla Matthews and her husband Jace Terry revealed their separation during the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 4. During season 3, viewers watched as Mikayla and Jace discussed their intimacy issues they were experiencing in their marriage. Season 4 has Mikayla sharing that there hasn't been a great deal of progress in working on the problem as she was newly postpartum and experiencing flare ups with her chronic illness. So I guess this is like a storyline right now on Mormon Wives, which that is what I need to start this weekend to get the
Hmm.
full scoop on this. But yeah, based on just season 3 and them talking about their intimacy issues, I remember being so mad at Jace because he was basically like, if you can't work this out, I'm done. And we need to remind ourselves that Mikayla, one, is like she was pregnant. So, like, very deep at the end of her pregnancy, maybe she wasn't in the mood for sex. Two, she's saying now she's newly postpartum and has those chronic illness flare ups that seem like very uncomfortable for her. Like, her whole skin gets red and itchy. And then, arguably, the most important is that she is recovering from trauma of childhood sexual abuse,
Hmm.
which is, I believe, like that right there should be enough for Jace to be like, okay, however long it takes, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not to say like his needs don't matter, but at the same time, I also think it's important to realize the context here. It's not like she's just saying, I don't ever want to have sex with you. There's a very clear reason why, and she's trying to work
Mhm.
through that trauma. And for you to still be like, it's not good enough, just makes me sick.
Yeah, she out of all of them, her story probably breaks my heart the most because it's like no one's ever protected her. And
Yeah.
I know she's said things like on TikTok where potentially her, because she's suffering from an autoimmune disorder, and like that autoimmune disorders typically come from like stress in the body and like
Hmm.
not coping with whatever you're going through. So like her having flare-ups, her having sexual abuse as a child, and then what, she had her first baby when she was like 16. How old was Jace? Like
21 or
21?
22.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
now,
another part of the issue.
yes. It's a huge part of the issue. Like she's probably realizing now that what happened to her as a child obviously is not okay. And like what this man that is your husband that's giving you four children by the time you're what, like 23, 24 now, isn't okay either. It's probably a lot to process. And then he's in your face not even taking any accountability for being a freaking pervert. And he's like, yeah, if you don't get it together, I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah. Yeah, this one tweet, it said, Intimacy issues in quotations is such a funny way to say this young woman was sexually abused as a 6-year-old, married the grown man who groomed and impregnated her when she was 15 to 16. And once she started processing all of that, she didn't want to have sex with him anymore. She's free.
Yeah, no, that's literally like,
I feel like
hello.
that's what happened is
Yeah.
okay, so she said that she had been sexually abused at 6 and then I think older as well, around like 15. And because of that, she moved out of her mom's house with her older sister. That's where she met Jace. Jace assumed that she was older because she was living away from her parents and she got pregnant at 16. He was 21, whatever. We know what happens from there. But I feel like she probably never really had a chance to process the sexual abuse because it happened so close after that she got pregnant. And I don't think she was equating Jace to that. But then I think now that she's starting to finally go to therapy and do the EMDR and the trauma therapy and like talk about the sexual abuse, I feel like what she said, like she's starting to process that Jace was a part of that.
Yeah.
Like
Like
just
it's
because he
all
wasn't
the same.
malicious in his intent like the other two were, it's still like I was only 16 years old and you were 21, 22. Like, yeah, that counts as it being a part of my trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope they can. I mean, I'm sure it's really hard to not be with someone that you have 4 kids with, and she's like literally like 22 or
Yeah, I
20.
think she's like 25 or 26, but yeah, still
Yeah.
very, very young.
Now, yeah, like I can imagine being a mom of 4 kids and leaving this man you've been with for the past 10 years, like literally since you were a child, who's groomed you to never be away from him, is really hard. I just hope like the good thing about this show is that these girls and hopefully other girls and women watching are seeing that like what's happening to them is not okay. It's not normal.
Yeah, I do have to say the Mormon girls, for as, conservatives as you would think that they are, they kind of just like if they need to leave a man, they're going to leave a man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're not going to stay with him just because that's
Mm-hmm.
the Mormon way. So I think it's
Yeah.
said that they're trying to be separated right now so she can work on her issues. Because I think, like what it was saying in the article more is, I'm sure we'll figure out more as we watch the season, is that she just had this baby now, so she's freshly
Mhm.
postpartum. She has the chronic illness. So she's like, I'm trying to focus on that first before I get back into the sex therapy stuff. Like, I need to worry about that. And
Yeah.
Jace is like, well, I want you to worry about the sex therapy stuff, not just the other stuff. And she's like, I can't get there right now. So hopefully, in being separated, she could just like focus on herself and getting herself healthy again. And just, I mean, she literally just had that baby and over the summer. Like, I don't know. The
Yeah.
baby's not even a year old yet, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, let her breathe for a second. And then, I don't know. Like you said, it's probably just hard for her to not be with him at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Because
I just
she's
want what's best
still,
for her. If it's Jace, even though, like, whatever he did was fucking weird, if he can, like, he needs to be in his own therapy as well to
yes.
realize that, like, she needs to heal and you can't be putting that much pressure on her. I feel like he's putting way too much pressure.
Hmm. When he's a part of why she needs to heal.
Yeah, like maybe he needs to talk to a therapist and have some self accountability.
I hope the show is opening their eyes because, like, when you're in that bubble, such a close-knit bubble, you think you're the crazy one because you're like, wait, like, I didn't like that. Like, that felt wrong. I was a child, I was a teenager. And then you see the world a little bit and you're like, well, hold on. I'm not the one tripping. Y'all are the ones tripping.
Yeah.
So,
I think that that's what this show has given a lot of them too, to realize like, oh,
hmm.
maybe I shouldn't be accepting that. Because
But
I'm
like none of
sure
them
she
have
had to have
left.
seen some of the comments and stuff.
Yeah. But also none of them have left their men.
That's true, because yeah, I guess Jesse and the guy are,
Like, are they not back together?
they probably are. I mean, I guess I'm thinking about like Layla. Layla kind of stands
Yeah.
in business.
Queen.
Yeah,
Of
Queen,
course.
of course.
Yeah.
Taylor, forget it. There
Yeah,
was
no
literally an
cooked.
article that just came out yesterday of Dakota saying, yeah, I slept with her the night before she left for the Bachelorette. And it's like, of course you did. Like, of course you guys did. And I feel like he intentionally said that because he wants
Yeah.
potentially whatever man she's with to be like, now he's going to be worried about Dakota.
Yeah, and just like to steal some of the spotlight.
Of
But I'm like,
course.
girls, like you guys make that's why the show frustrates me so much because I'm like, Y'all are literally the bread makers, the more interesting ones. Like, stop giving them so much camera time and attention. And like I don't want to see anything about dad talk unless y'all are talking about leaving them. I don't want a solo scene with the guys. It's like Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like, this is housewives. This is Mormon wives. Yeah, that implies like the husband aspect, but I'm this is not their show. If they want their own show, they can try to go get it.
And I think the dad talk has already been starting up because the first TikTok I saw today was this guy being like, if I fucking hear dad talk one more time this season, like I'm gonna blow my brains out. I was like, no, like it can't already. I just feel like they should have listened to people's critiques. We have been very, very clear that we don't want to see any more of dad talk, especially after last season. That was way too much. And then they're gonna give us more.
Yeah, and all the girls are executive producers on the show now too.
Oh, period.
I
That's
said,
when it's
okay.
gonna start going downhill.
Yeah, no, literally. Literally. I'm like, oh,
That's
well,
how
I
it
hope,
goes. We
yeah,
had our
hopefully.
peak years. I hope everybody enjoyed it because now Mormon Wives will start to go down from here.
Yeah, it's gonna get the housewife treatments where
Yep.
everything becomes an ad, or not even housewives, the Kardashian treatment. If I'm being honest, like we're just gonna be watching ads for their products, and like,
Kardashians used to be so good.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden it was like, we're gonna play a prank on Chris. Let's call Todd Cranes. It's like, oh my God. Like if I have to hear one more fucking Todd Cranes, I'm never watching the show again.
oh
Um,
gosh,
But yeah, so we'll see what happens with Secret Life of Mormon wise. I do need to start this season, see what happens. And then also really quickly, I just wanted to mention that Ladies of London started and I watched only the first 30 minutes of it. I have like 15 more minutes, but it's already so good. All the women seem really interesting. There's actually a lot of Americans. There's like three or four of them.
mm-hmm.
And like the city is just so beautiful and it's just so cool to see them and like the royalness of it because one of the girls on there, Emma, I think her name is, she's married she's like a part of the aristocracy. She's like married to
Mm.
a mark, she's like a, what the
A
fuck is
marquee.
she? I think so. Like I think that's who, what is it for the girl though, like marchioness, I don't know. Please,
Uh,
me and like my American brain, I don't know what it is,
yeah.
but she, their estate is like the biggest house in England. It's
Oh,
insane. It's huge. And then they were saying, I feel like they were kind of throwing subtle shade at Meghan Markle, but they were like,
yeah.
yeah, Meghan Markle likes to say that she was the first person of color to be part of the aristocracy, but it was actually Emma. And I was like, okay, period. Like maybe I'm a little intrigued now.
No, like count me in. No, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Seems good. So does Summer House.
Yeah, Summer House, honestly, it's like hit or miss. I feel like every story
Yeah,
is the same right now. It's always a fun show to watch because it's just like my cozy show, but it's nothing crazy right now, to be
yeah.
honest. But yeah, Ladies of London, highly recommend so far. It's really good and there's already drama and they all love to gossip and it's just like
Love it.
I love it. It's so good. They're also cheeky.
Yeah, I love the Brits and like their love for like mess, honestly.
It was so
They're
funny, like
very
what? Because so like
scandalous.
the first part of the drama is one of the ladies isn't there right now, but it's this American girl and her friend, and they both went to UF, which is so crazy.
What?
Yeah, they both went to University of Florida, and now they are both living in London. And one of them was there, one of them was not, and they were saying the girl who's not there, they're like, "Oh, we heard rumors that she's a madam, she's like a sex worker or whatever." And the girl who's there, who is her friend, is like, she's literally not a madam. That's crazy. Like, she's an intelligent woman. She's an architect. She's my best friend. I would know she's a madam, yada, yada. And they're like, well, that's what the streets are saying. Like, she's a madam, all kikiing, laughing. And the American girl's like, if you said this in the US, you could literally get sued for this. And they're like, oh, you Americans, like you always want to bring legal into it. And it's like,
Yeah,
that's like actually the difference with the ladies of London is like they will literally say whatever. I feel like that's the culture. And that's kind of how LVP was always getting in trouble too. Like she would just
yeah,
say what the fuck ever and get
yeah,
in trouble for it. Whereas like in America, it's like, you can't say that unless you have like 100% proofs or facts, or we're going to sue you.
yeah. Cease and desist immediately.
Yeah.
USA.
So it's a good show so far. I am enjoying
No, I'm gonna watch it. Add it to the list.
the content list.
And if you haven't already, clearly the message is go see Wuthering Heights, watch Ladies of London, and we'll be back with an Oscars recap.
Oh, I hope we're celebrating next week.
I
I
know.
hope we can come back on here next week and we're just grinning.
Yeah, same.
All right, so we'll see Oscars recap next week coming to you guys.
Wait.
Well, that's our episode for this week. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you have been listening to this far, we would love it if you left us a 5-star review. It would really help us out so, so much. Not to beg, but we are a small independent podcast. And follow us on social media so you can keep updated with us and because we're really funny there. And we hope you guys have a great weekend.
Love ya.
Bye.